Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, it's Monday morning, and ain't God good? And won't He do it? Oh, yes, He will. Oh, yes, He will. I know Melissa probably saying, Lee Craft, Lee Craft, Lee Craft. You say the same thing every morning. I'm going to say Enoch, Ewok, Enoch. That means y'all sure know what to say. Look, it's Monday morning, right? Typically, I do Medical Monday, but today, I want to talk about my cousin Perry, the death of a loved one. How do you deal with the death of a loved one and keep on moving? But before we get started, if you have any comments or concerns, please email me at leecraftwhatif@gmail.com or go to Anchor, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, all those beautiful apps. Look for the animated black man with a white beard smiling in profile and find it. Y'all trying to size me up. Look, my cousin Perry, like I said, Perry was something else, you know what I'm saying? But Perry was always free spirited, and he's always smiled, and for a time I thought Perry was an Indian, because an Indian or a Jamaican, because he smoked some marijuana. but Perry was Perry, and I talked to Diane the other day, and my sister, she told me how all of them grew up together. Perry, Betty, Mary, and Peggy. Those five they were all tight. And when I called Diane, told Diane that Perry had passed away, she said, "Oh Lord," I said, "That's all, man. I said, you gonna be okay?" That shit. I'm gonna be okay. Just let me call you back and gather myself. And I know how that is. But like I said though, when you lose a loved one, sometimes people don't know how to deal with that, especially siblings, parents, all those things. Because sometimes what they say, parents are supposed to bury the children versus the children burying children supposed to bury their parents instead of parents burying their children. But his parents have gone on. But this is my thing, people. Like I told Diane, I said, you shouldn't have no regrets, because like I said, y'all grew up tight, and y'all still stayed in contact even when y'all had your own families and everything. So I know as you get older, sometimes everybody they go different directions. And as of late, it's kind of sad that all the time we get together. We haven't had a family reunion in a long time. Was it 2024? Or for getting everybody together, you know what I'm saying? You only get so many pieces, people coming together. But to get over the death of a loved one, you have to have closure. You have to find a way to make peace, especially those ones who say you had some separation before that person transitioned to the next life, and you have to find closure. That's the main thing, finding closure. Because if you had hiccups with people and stuff, sometimes you feel like, man, I didn't get a chance to tell them what I wanted to say to them. You still can. Just have to go a different direction and ask God to ease your mind, your body, your spirit, so you can move on. Because sometimes we get stuck in the same place for so long, it weakens our heart. But I'm gonna tell you a story about Perry. When we was younger. Man, see, the older guys, Perry got about 16, 17, 12, 13 years, whatever it was. And, our grandfather, right, we was all young. It's me, my cousin Dennis, and my cousin Tony. We was down at grandparents' house. And, the older guys, I would call some of the auntie, grandparents by the first name sometimes, right? So Perry called my granddad DK. That's what I was calling by, right? So we didn't know no better. So we was saying, I think I want to ask for something. I said, DK, man, he smacked me so hard. I said, man, Lord have mercy. I think that's probably the first time I got a tooth pulled without them pliers. And Dennis and Tony like, granddaddy, they didn't want what I got. I said, man, so I'll never do that again. But I understood. He explained, he said, no, you call me granddaddy. But we didn't know. We were doing what we heard, right? But like I said, that's a hell of a learning lesson in it. But this is another thing, another incident, right? Perry, my Uncle Sammy, and Larry and myself they were taking me home, and we was coming across this railroad crossing, and the train, get ready to come, right? Perry's like, I beat the train, and Larry grabbed Perry. Ho, Perry! And as soon as Larry grabbed Perry, the train shot by. So we done went through that. The train shot by. It was only 2 cars. And Larry, see that, Perry? We would have got hit for nothing. We all just started laughing. I know I probably didn't tell it right. Like my kids say, I'm not a very good storyteller. But those are some memories that I have of Perry and going over his house and learning certain things and stuff, man, teaching about something about the facts of life on certain things that I learned from them, something I learned not to do, you know. But like I said, Perry was just Perry. Every time you saw Perry, Perry had a smile on his face, you know. And he called me Lee, you know, and we laughed, we talked when we saw each other. But family, we have to make time to see our family. We have to prepare those times and to go have family reunions. Sit down and just, man, how you been doing? You know, all those things. Cause lately, all the time we get a chance to see each other is what? Doing funerals. And talk about what we used to do and what they, all those things. But it's something else, you know. It is something else, to go there, man, and to reflect back. Because I know that we all have to have that time that we're going to have to, somebody got to view our bodies as well and say, man, I remember Lee Craft used to do, man, me and Lee Craft, man, me and Lee Craft, man, Lee Craft, you know. But like my mother said, though, if when I pass, you come, and when you come, if you come to my funeral, if you invited, you come to my funeral, don't get in line. Just tell it like a TI is. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I want to be, because, like I said, because I'm trying to live my life to be a better person, so I can meet God face to face. And for those who believe, you understand exactly what I'm saying. Those who don't believe, hey, that's on you. Do what you do. So, like I said, people, today is a show dedicated to my cousin Perry. And if you have loved ones that you haven't talked to in a while and y'all have some disagreements about something, I don't care how big it is. It still can be fixed. I don't care how big it still can be fixed if you want to fix it. See, somebody got to take that first step. Everybody waiting on somebody else. No, what? They did me. Well, no. Like I told Diane, even when I haven't did anything wrong, Diane, I don't have no problem saying, hey, man, we need to talk. It's up to them to feel the same way that I'm feeling and stuff. Meet me halfway, Especially, hey, it's kind of hard when you know you didn't do anything wrong and they doing the way they're doing to you. But like I said, when you got God in your life, you push all that stuff to the side and go and do what you got to do to get your family back together. So, if I didn't say anything correctly, if you think I didn't say anything correctly, just rewind the tape and say, you know what, Lee Craft, you did good. You did good. Again, you did good. Well, I did good because God is a part of my life, You have to have a heart. You have to have a heart in order to reach other people. If you don't have a heart, man, how can you reach the people? They don't feel what you're feeling. So that's what I learned over the years. So life lessons, Perry, one day I'm going to see you, Perry, and we're going to be laughing together and stuff, laughing at each other, laughing with each other and trying to see who gonna get in, If I'm the gatekeeper, Perry, I don't know what I'm going to do, Perry. Depending on what God tells me to do, Perry, because I don't want to let you in and he put me out. I'm just saying. So like I said, people, no matter what you're going through, I can guarantee you one thing. It's going to be okay. As long as you make God a part of your life. That's a what-if guarantee. I can guarantee you that. So with that being said, Lee Craft, this is my podcast, What If. If you have any comments or concerns, please email me at leecraftwhatif@gmail.com. One man, one sound. Together, we got an opportunity to turn this whole world around. But in order to have a real conversation, you got to have real people. If you want to have a real conversation, have a blessed day. And please find time and make time to tell God thank you. I love you, Perry.